We're in the midst of a loneliness epidemic. It's no surprise. We move, we change jobs or retire from jobs, we drop out of churches and social clubs, we rely too much on social media. We've lost our close friends, we have no idea how to make new ones. I know. In 2017, I left my life in Massachusetts for a new job in California and found myself starting over from scratch. Today I'm going to share with you the secret that I learned from that experience about how to make new close friends. Hi, I'm Kevin Mepham, and this is Thrivespan, building a life that thrives in every way, now and as you age. You might notice that we are not in my studio today. We are in fact at Zion Ponderosa Ranch, where I and 16 of my friends and friends of friends and friends of friends of friends have gotten together, just completed running a 24-ish hour trail relay race. All right. You might think that this is my perfect opportunity to preach to you about the wonders of staying fit and getting fit and the opportunities that opens up to you to do something like this, but that is not what I'm going to talk to you about at all. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how we all of 17 of us got to be here in the first place, and the secret that it illustrates about how to make close friends. We are here because I took the lead to make it happen. I rented the condos a year ago. I got the registrations for the two teams. I did the first wave of recruiting of team members for this and nudged them to recruit the others to fill out the teams. Then I nudged them to be team captains and cooks and carpool drivers. I created the space for this weekend for everyone to come together and share experience and form bonds. Friendships, growing to close friendships, come from time spent together bonding over shared experience. And not just time, but a lot of time. Research has shown that it takes 30 hours of such time to make a casual friend, 140 hours together to make a good friend, 300 to make a best friend. That's a lot. Where does that time come from? This is what I've learned is a secret. The secret to making close friends is that someone needs to take the initiative to make that time together happen. And that someone needs to be you. If you want more social connection, less loneliness, a richer life, you have to take initiative. One reason we're all lonely is because everybody is waiting for the other person's, whoever that might be, to make the first step. Now, I'm putting a lot on you here, so you might have some objections. I had to overcome all these objections in myself, so let me share with you what I found. The first one is, don't know how? I don't know how. I don't know how to get some large gathering together. Well, don't start with that. Start small. Start with one person, one friend or acquaintance that you think you might want to create a deeper bond with. Maybe eventually, as you build some skills, you can work up to 2 or 3 or 4. It doesn't need to be more than that, but start with one at a time. Second one is, don't know what to do. What are you going to do with that person? Well, I'd suggest start with things that you might do anyway. You have a favorite coffee shop? Invite somebody to have coffee with you. Is there a restaurant that you want to try? Invite somebody to join you. Is there a movie you want to go to, or a concert, or an art exhibit, or the zoo, or a hike? You name it. Things that you're interested in, you bring people out with you. Next objection. Who I don't know anybody to invite. I have no acquaintances, let alone friends. Well, that's certainly how I started. And the fact is, you got to get out more. You have to get out. You have to be in casual social settings where you can meet people. And that usually means a group of some kind. Could be a running club, class, hobby group, meetup, charitable organization, church or other religious organization, something where you are going to be able to spend time in person, creating casual connections, having the small talk, finding out what people are interested in, sussing out which ones are people that you like to get to know better and maybe build a friendship with. You're just going to have to get out. That's how we all ended up here. We're all members of a loose collection of social running clubs. I joined one shortly after I moved out to San Diego, and the people that are here are people that I've personally met, and then their friends in other social running clubs throughout the country, some of whom I've never met before this trip. But it's the fact that we are all getting out there and meeting each other and spending the time together that leads to the opportunity to invite these people into your life, to build closer friendships, to spend more time together. Afraid to reach out, afraid to take the initiative to ask someone to spend time with you. Ooh, this was a big one for me. So, in addition to the running social club, a few years ago, I took the initiative to start a men's group, handpicking guys that I knew who had a growth mindset, were interested in self-improvement. Of course, I had to figure out whether that was really where their head was at, whether they would be a good addition to the group. So I had to reach out to each one of them individually and invite them for coffee. And I just have to confess, my generation, the years in which I was raised, I can only say that when I first started reaching out to other men that I knew casually and inviting them to hang out with me, whether at my home or in a coffee shop, in a bar or something, so that we could spend some time just talking to each other, it felt like I was asking a guy out on a date. And that, I can only say at the time, was outside of my comfort zone, outside of my ken. But I did it anyway. After the first couple of times, it wasn't a problem anymore. I was comfortable with it. But I was afraid to reach out, and I did it anyway. And as a result, we have this thriving men's group that is a wonderful opportunity for guys to be real with each other, because I reached out. Okay. No time. That's another objection. That's really going to be an objection with a lot of the things that I talk about here, because they take time. Working out takes time. Putting enough time into sleep takes time. Learning how to eat better takes time. Investing in your relationships takes time. There may be a few of us that are already so booked up just taking care of the essentials that this isn't realistic right now. But I would suggest that most of us have time that we are choosing to spend doing something that we could instead choose to spend on something else, on filling one of the major holes in our life that is preventing us from having a thriving life. So that's some soul searching that you need to do. That'll be a subject for another video on how to go through the process of evaluating how you're spending your time and where could you free up time? What could you give up to get something better? Last objection, it's not fair. Why do I have to do all the work? I mean, shouldn't somebody else invite? If I invite somebody over, shouldn't somebody else invite me over? Shouldn't somebody else do some of the organizing sometimes? Well, here's how that's what we're all waiting for somebody else to do, and that's why it's not happening. So I suggest a change to our thought processes here. And the change that I suggest is that instead of thinking of fairness, we just ask ourselves for the effort that we are putting in to initiate this stuff and organize it and invite people over and put ourselves out there, are we getting enough value back? Because if we are, then it doesn't matter that the other person who hasn't done any of that work is getting more value than we, or is getting the same amount of value without as much effort. As long as it is worth it for us, take the initiative, do the extra work, be the one who makes it happen, be the friend you want to have, be the organizer that you were hoping that someone will be. That's what I got today. Call to action. You just heard it. Get started. Reach out to someone. Invite them to spend some time with you. Let me know how it goes. Thrive now for life.